Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo E3 press conference for 2012, but I want to start off the video by saying that I think my expectations for Nintendo were just a little bit too high. It was still a really good conference, don't get me wrong about that, but my expectations were just a little bit too high. I was just expecting to leave there going, oh my god, that was the most amazing press conference we've ever seen. That was the best one of all time. I was just expecting the Wii U to totally blow us away, a slew of new 3DS titles, and we would be like, oh my god. And I don't want to say that it was a bad conference at all. It's just my expectations were unrealistically high, and Nintendo actually ended up being about here, which is perfectly fine. And then if you compare it to Microsoft, I'm on the second floor of my house right now, and Microsoft would be, in my basement. So Nintendo completely destroyed Microsoft, and that's kind of sad. Not to say that Nintendo doesn't have the power to do that, but to completely destroy them and crush them. Like, for this generation, most of my games are Xbox 360. This entire shelf, that's all Xbox 360. Xbox 360 there's even some over here. I love the Xbox 360, it's just that their press conferences for the past 2 years have been utter garbage. They spend way too much time talking about things that have nothing to do with games, and then whenever they do talk about games, it's about the freaking Kinect. Get your shit together, Microsoft. Jeez! So anyway, let's talk about the Nintendo press conference, because that's what we're here for, and I'll rant about the Microsoft one in another video. So they started it off with Miyamoto in the change room getting ready to go on. It's not what you're thinking, he already has his clothes on. I didn't even need to go there. Why did I go there? I didn't have to do that. So he's just getting ready to go on stage at E3, and then they had a Pikmin slide into his suit pocket just before he went out there. Then he got out there, he said a few words in English, awesome. A translator came out to talk for the rest because Miyamoto was announcing Pikmin 3. And that's how you do a press conference. Miyamoto, Pikmin 3 for the first 10 minutes. That is a feel-good moment right there. We've been wanting Pikmin 3 for so long. We knew they were working on it, and this is the actual first video footage and gameplay where Miyamoto was explaining everything. The Wii U pad is actually going to be used a lot and integrated a lot into the gameplay of Pikmin 3. So it's one of those titles that's going to use it a lot. There's some titles for the Wii that used the controllers a lot, whereas other times there wasn't. This is one of those titles that's going to be using it a lot. And then for other games, what's cool is that they also announced the Wii U Pro controller, which actually looks like the PS3 or the Xbox 360 controller, but the analog sticks are actually at the top, and the other buttons, like these buttons, are at the bottom. So it has its own unique style, and it looks very sleek, I gotta say. I love that look. And I'm actually excited to see how the Wii Pad is gonna work for all these titles, and Pikmin 3 looks like one of them that's awesome, and it looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to play it, and Miyamoto was actually saying that the graphics with the Wii U will make the Pikmin look, that much more realistic when they're doing their activities and you're throwing them around, so I cannot wait to play that title. And then he ended it off, and he was saying that I hope that by the end of this you'll all be seeing a little bit more Pikmin in your lives. And then they panned to the audience, and they digitally enhanced or digitally put in Pikmin everywhere. And then Miyamoto took the Pikmin tutu out of his pocket, and he just smiled. And I just love Miyamoto. There's nobody else like Miyamoto in the gaming industry. Sony has their president. I like him. He's a good speaker. They have Reggie for the Nintendo side for Nintendo America, but Miyamoto is just something completely different, and he's awesome, and I love that guy. So then they had, just give me 1 second, apparently my MacBook is about to die. It's at 4%, that's not a good thing. Then they had Reggie come out, and he started talking about the Wii U, and he was saying that there was too much in the Wii U to talk about, so he's going to do it another time, because this is all about the games. I respect that. And then another thing that I respect even more is that then he started saying that he loves to hear people talk about, oh my god, I'm so excited about the next console, but we need a Mario title, or when's the Mario title coming out? Reggie said that he listened, and we are going to get new Super Mario Bros. U for the Wii U on launch. That's amazing. That's actually an actual company listening to their fans. It's like Nintendo is doing it all right, and Microsoft isn't. So it's going to be the sequel to this game. It looks awesome, and the cool thing that they showed off in this one was that instead of a Tanuki suit, it's a flying squirrel, and you kind of glide around. So looks awesome. Can't wait for that. Then they went and talked about Batman Arkham City. It's a game that's been out for a while, so I'm not I think that it would have just been better. They kind of showed off some of the things that you could do with the Wii U pad. I don't think that that's one of your strong points. I think at the end, just showing all the games that are coming. They kind of did that a montage afterwards, later on, where they showed like Ninja Gaiden 3, Mass Effect 3, and just showing, you know, really hardcore titles that are coming to the Wii U. So that's good, but I just don't think they should have spent so much time there. They showed a new Wii Fit for the Wii U. It kind of looks fun with little mini games. But I don't really care for it. Then they talked about the 3DS. They said that they were going to actually show a lot more titles in their own panels during the next few days. But they did talk about New Super Mario Bros. 2 that's coming out August 19th. And it's all about coins. Basically, Mario's running around and just collecting as many coins as he can. And like, there's not just a few. Like, it's just like tons of coins everywhere. I don't know how I feel about this. This is just ridiculous. It looks awesome, but man, the amount of coins that they put in there. It's like he just like, he has like some kind, he had something in his hands and he threw it and then it turned everything into coins. It's ridiculous. Then they also showed Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion looks really good graphically for a 3DS title. It looks phenomenal. Next they showed Paper Mario stickers. Now that's the new Paper Mario game coming for the 3DS, and you're just gonna find stickers everywhere. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, you use the stickers to do things in the game. You find a sticker, you take it, and then you use it later on. It kind of looks cool, but it's not. It seems more directed towards children that will be like, oh, I got the sticker, now I can use it. And I don't know how I'll feel about it. I'll still pick it up eventually, but yeah. Then they showed kind of a few other games that were coming out for the 3DS, like Castlevania. It looks pretty good. The graphics are kind of but that was just the little shot that I saw. Then they showed Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. Now this actually looks like a really cool 2D platformer. The thing that these games can get away with is just looking very cartoony, and the graphics don't have to be amazing, whereas Castlevania, I kind of expect the graphics to look really slick and sweet, but Power of Illusion just looks really cartoony and looks really awesome. I think I'm going to pick that game up right away whenever that comes out. They showed Scribblenauts. I do not care for Scribblenauts at all. That is a horrible, horrible game. Kingdom Hearts looked really good. That's another title that showed off a lot of the power to the 3DS. Then they talked about Lego City Stories, or it has a new Lego City Undercover or something like that. It kind of looks cool, very open worldy, but I'm not totally sold on that. And they showed a dancing game, don't care about that. Then they talked about Zombie U. Now that looks like an awesome, awesome game coming out. That kind of reminds me of, I don't know, kind of like House of the Dead type of stuff, but like there's more to it. It's not an on-rails type of game, shooter. So it looks really, really good. And for the Wii, that's awesome. They're really, you know, dedicating games meant for the hardcore gamer, and it's like they actually listened, you know, fine, you want an awesome game for the launch, we're giving you Mario. You want more hardcore games, we're getting Ninja Gaiden 3, we're getting Batman Arkham City, we're getting Mass Effect 3, all games that have happened before, but you know, it just means that we're going to be getting a lot more games later on, and then they actually have Zombie U. That's awesome. And Ubisoft is a big supporter of the Wii U. They're making so many games, they showed a ton of them. And then the last one I'll talk about is Nintendo Land, which is kind of like a Mario Party type game, but it's more integrated with the Wii Pad, and it's actually, they were saying that that's going to be a launch title, awesome, and it's going to really show you how to use the Wii U. They were comparing it to, you know, the tennis game for the Wii, where as you played it and you understood how the Wii worked, and this is going to be the next one for the Wii U Pad. So it looks kind of good. A lot of, you know, party type games, but it's in the Nintendo world, and the Animal Crossing game looked really fun, as well as the Luigi's Mansion one. They looked really interesting. So, you know, overall, I'm happy with it. It's not, I expected too much, and that's my own fault. So I'm happy with it. You know, they're actually paying attention to the fans. We've all been wanting Pikmin 3. They gave it to us. We want awesome titles for the launch. Nintendo Land and Mario. You can't ask for more than that. Zombie U for the hardcore gamers. I think the only thing, the biggest thing was they didn't show any new big titles for the 3DS. I think that's the only thing that I was like, well, last year they announced a bunch of games and they kind of showed more of them. So they're all showing exclusive games. Awesome, because Nintendo always does that. And that's what I like. I like to see exclusive games, but I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 new 3DS games and be like, oh my god. One thing they didn't even announce, not that it would have really mattered to a lot of people, but they're making a new Harvest Moon for the 3DS from ground up, because... Okay! The Harvest Moon for the 3DS, this game was also made for the DS, so it was kind of like just a port of it, whereas the new Harvest Moon one is going to be made from the ground up, and I can't wait to play that game. So, I'm happy with Nintendo. I just expected a little bit too much, but still very, very happy, and I cannot wait for the Wii U.